Graad 8, les 30, this is lesson number 30. We are busy with geometry, hier is nou meetkunde. Nou daar gaan 'n lysie van reëls wees wat jy deur moet gaan elke keer as jy by 'n som kom. You're going to have like a list of rules that you're going to check up on every time. Now if there's no triangle, you will not check for a triangle that the sum of the interior angles is 180. Jy ken 'n driehoek dat die binnehoek 180 is. Dit gaan ons nou nie hier gebeur nie want hier is nie 'n driehoek nie. But what there is here is a line. There's a straight line. Nou wat weet jy van 'n reguit lyn? Al daai hoeke wat saam daar by punt P bymekaar kom, die x, die 65 en die 70 saam is 180. That's the factor I'm testing. That you know that all three of these angles sit upon this straight line so they make up what? 80. So you have to just say x plus 70 plus 65 equals what? 80. Jy moet vir my sê, ek tel dit aan mekaar en dit gee vir my 180. I'm adding it and it gives me 180. Maar wat, dan gaan ek vir jou vra, hoekom? The reason is straight line. Reguit lyn. Straight line. That's worth a mark. You do not say anything in geometry without a reason. The reason you tell me that they add up to 180 is because it's a straight line. Die rede hoekom dit saam met 180 is, dis 'n reguit lyn, dis puntwerk. Now, this is a little bit of algebra, solving equations. Jy gaan geweldig baie vergelykings in jou lewe doen, maak seker dat beginsels het jy. So jy kan nou 'n paar goed gaan doen. Jy kan eers hierdie bymekaar tel en sê dis x plus 135. Or you could have immediately said take it across minus 65 vat op oor min 70. Daar's 'n paar metodes wat jy geleer het. Ek het dit eers so geskryf en dan gaan my volgende stap wees om te sê, maar vat op oor om te minus 135. Ek hou nie van daai tegniek nie, ek hou daarvan om te sê, what you're actually doing is not taking it across and it becomes minus, it's actually minus 135 here and it's gone. Minus 135 there. Maar hoe jy dit ook al bedink, jou antwoord is 45 grade. Calculate this, please. And then when you go back to the sun, you can know and you'll see that they make little arrows like that. Dat jy weet van daar tot daar is dan 45 grade en toets hom. Tel op. 70, 65 en 45, gee dit vir 180. Add it and it has to give you what? 80. What did I test? Do you know that on a straight line it makes up 180? Punt. Dis wat ek toets. Gaan hierdie saam 180 gee? Is this going to add up to give me 180? Nee. What am I testing here? If I go all the way around, from maak nie saak of dit nou van hier af of van hier af, of wherever I start, and go all the way around, what does it add up to? Reg in die ronde soos 'n circle, like a circle. It adds up to 360. When I add 75 and x and 126, it must add up to 360. Jy wys vir my, juffrou, ek weet. Tel by mekaar, gee vir my 360. That's worth a mark. Your reason is, jy kan in Engels skryf, revolution in English, or you can even write in Afrikaans, revolusie, U-S-I-E. Of jy kan sê omwenteling. Daar's twee woorde daarvoor, so sinonieme in Afrikaans, né? But you have to have a reason for a mark. Nou is die meetkunde deel verby. The geometry part is gone. You know that it's together 360, that's the geometry part. But the algebra part now is going to be, I have to add it and get to 360. So as jy nou optel, gaan jy nou maar, kom ons maak 'n bietjie anders hierdie keer. X is gelyk aan 360 minus the 75 and minus the 126. I do want to show you the different alternative techniques. Dis nie iets anders antwoord nie, dis net tegnieke wat verskil van mekaar en dat ek nou nie aan myself oulik hou hierson nie. Kom ons het eerder met die sakrekenaar doen. Let's rather do it with a calculator, lest I make a mistake. My calculator said it's 159. Now, even if it didn't look like 159, because sometimes I can, like this one, is a good idea, a good example. Lyk dit vir jou of hierdie 75 is? Lyk vir my of dit groter as 90 is. It looks like this can be larger than 90, but it's 75. Scale. We are not giving you scale sketches to scale. Ons gee nie vir jou skaaltekeninge nie. Jy kan nie met 'n grade bo gaan en dit gaan meet weet nie. So wat ek vir jou wil sê is, moenie kyk na die skets en sê, dit lyk soos 90 of dit lyk soos wat ook al nie. Because 159, it looks approximately like this could be 159 from there to there. It looks like it, but it doesn't have to look like it. Daai lyk soos 'n skerphoek vir my amper, wat ek geteken het. It looks like an acute angle, looks to me, but it's not. It's 126. So don't look at the way it looks, appears. Reg? The derde een, and these were numbered nicely in the textbook. There was just 3.2 and 3 sketches. So die goed het nie eers eintlik nommers gehad nie, didn't have numbers. But the third one of your homework sums asked you, en onthou hier staan vir te bewys, to prove, you've got to find x. So on the sketch I need x. What am I using? Straight line? No. Revolution? Yes. Jy weet ons nou dat hierdie is 'n revolusie of 'n omwenteling. So wat moet jy vir my skryf? Juffrou, ek weet, as ek almal optel gee dit 360. What gives me 360? If I add 40 and x, there's the x, and the 75. En my rede is weer 'n omwenteling or a revolution. For a mark. En nou is hierdie die algebra vergelykingkie. Solving equations until they come out of your ears. Oor en oor en oor. So ek tel by mekaar. Ons kan nou weer op verskillende maniere gaan doen. Wat sal dit op 15? Dan kan jy ons brein nie lekker werk nie. 7, 5 plus 40 is 115, ja. For a moment I couldn't add. Reg? Do I have to have that step? Nee, ons het nou al 'n paar maniere gekyk. So x is dus gelyk aan, and now you can even say 360 minus the 150, dadelik in jou kop, en vir my sê die antwoord is 245. Can I do that? Yes, you can. So you didn't write minus 115 minus 115. As jy dit nie geskryf het nie, net reg gedoen, is perfek reg. So you can leave out steps, but you then have to know what you're doing. So as jy dit nie gewys het nie, met die regte antwoord perfek. So you would have, this would be like 3 or 4 marks. Vir so 'n sommetjie en 'n meetkunde. Goed, kom ons gaan terug. Want ons doen nou, en meetkunde is nie net, vandag doen ons net lyne, môre doen ons net driehoeke nie. Because in a sum we can vary it. We can put lines together that add up to 180 and a revolution, and there's a triangle somewhere in there, and all the rest of the stuff that we can do. So jy moet elke keer kyk, when you sit before a sum, what are they testing? Are they testing straight lines? Nee. Daar's nie reguit lyne nie. Is daar iewers 'n omwenteling? Nee. Wat is hier? This is a triangle. We're doing more triangles, nog driehoeke. En my vraag is weer, te bewys of to prove, I have to find x. Now what do I know about this thing? Al wat ek weet van hierdie hoekie is hy sit binne in 'n driehoekie. So this is what you're going to use. You're going to use the fact that die som van die binnehoeke van 'n driehoek tel altyd op na 180 grade. The sum of the angles of a triangle always add up to 180. So jy gaan vir my sê, juffrou, kom ons tel alles bymekaar. En die antwoord moet 180 wees. So if I add 30 and 2x minus 30 and x, that plus that plus that. En in watter volgorde moet jy dit skryf? Order doesn't matter. X plus this, or this, plus x, plus that. Wat maak dit nou saak? Those three added gives me 180 as a punt werd. Yes, I know that you know it adds up to 180, maar wat is jou rede? Why? So jy kan nou 'n afkortingkie gebruik. You're not going to have to say the sum of the angles of a triangle always add up to 180. Binnehoeke van 'n driehoek is altyd 180 grade en jy hoef dit nie te doen nie. You just have to write sum of the angles. Look at my abbreviation. Angles. In Afrikaans hoeke, reg? Sum of the angles of a triangle, and you draw a little triangle, is 180 degrees. Wonderful that in geometry we can have abbreviations, but you can't make your own WhatsApp abbreviation languages, and I have to know what's going on there. There are certain things you're allowed to do. Sum, the angles of a triangle is 180. In Afrikaans, die som van die binnehoeke van 'n driehoek is 180 grade. It's almost the same. It just has to be sum and sum. And if you write angles of hoeke met 'n E, maak nie regtig saak nie. And you don't really have to have that little thing there, but it's nice. Of angles like that, it's fine. Of angles like that, it's fine. Okay, so it's not so strict, but you have to be able to acknowledge the rule. Want dis 'n puntwerk. Wat sê jy? Dis 180. Hoekom sê jy dit? Want die binnehoeke van 'n driehoek is altyd 180 grade. And again, we have an algebra sum. So I'm adding 30 and minus 30 is nothing. En kyk 'n bietjie hierso. Nou is ons terug in die algebra. This is algebra. When I add 2x and 1x, I get 3x. Hoekom? When I add, and they are like terms, I add the coefficients. As jy by mekaar tel en is gelyksoortig, x en x is gelyksoortig, dan tel jy die koëffisiënte 2 en 1 by mekaar wat vir jou 3x gee. En 30 en min 30 is 0. Equals 180 still. Hoe gaan ek nou vir x alleen kyk? You see that you're doing those equation rules all the time. Die hele tyd as jy besig met vergelykings. So divide by 3, divide by 3. Want deling is die teenoorgestelde van maal. Opposite of timing is division. So x is gelyk aan 60. What was the question to prove? I've got to find x, I have x. Then you can go back, it's not worth marks, but you can go back and test yourself right at the beginning. So if x is 60, this means this is 60. If x is 60, then 2 times 60 is 2 maal 60. Ons is besig met substitution. Do you see substitution happening here? 2 times 60 is 120. Take away 30 gives me 90. Oh man, it doesn't look like. Looks can be deceiving. Dit lyk nie so nie. 'n Lyk is 'n dooie ding, hoor? Dit hoef nie te lyk of hy 90 grade. It doesn't look like 90, but looks can be deceiving. It's not according to scale. All I look like from my dieselfde. All those angles look exactly the same size almost to me. This one is double that one. Man, this is not scale. Yes, you're right. It's not scale. Goed. Die vraag kry vir x. Ons het vir x en werk dit uit. 90, 30 en 60 gee vir my 180. If you add that together, it does give you 180. Goed, die volgende voorbeeldjie. Nou begin ons meer met die driehoeke te werk. More triangles today. Still, somewhere they can be added in a straight line. Kan ek hier iewers te sommer net die reguit lyn bietjie langer gemaak het? If I made that lengthen a little bit, dan gaan daai mos 100 gewees het. If I lengthen that line, because it's still going to be a straight line. But there's no straight line rules in these sums. There's no revolutions in these sums. Kon ek iewers een ingesit het dat hierso rondom hierdie punt 'n paar hoeke is wat saam 360 is? Yes, you can. Even have added some more angles here that add up to 360 in a revolution. So we can put a lot of facts in one sum. But this sum is all about triangles. Maar nou is hier ietsie spesifieks hier aan die gang. When I have two sides equal, dan het ons begin het, toe sê ons wat 'n soort driehoeke is daar. Wat 'n soort driehoek is hierdie? As daar twee sye is wat gelyk is, dan is dit 'n gelykbenige driehoek. Two sides that are equal, it's an isosceles triangle. In an isosceles triangle, wat weet jy? Want dit is 'n feit wat ek nou vir jou gaan leer en gaan toets. Whenever I have an isosceles triangle, dan gaan daai twee hoekies gelyk wees aan mekaar. As twee sye gelyk is, sal die hoeke teenoor gelyke sye gelyk wees aan mekaar. O genade, dit is 'n mond vol. Hierdie hoeke wat teenoor daai sye sit wat gelyk is, gaan gelyk wees. Let me just speak the Afrikaans first. So hoeke teenoor gelyke sye. So in hierdie enetjie is daai die hoeke teenoor die gelyke sye. So hulle moet dan al twee dieselfde wees. In English, it's angles opposite, and you can abbreviate like that, equal sides are equal. So in other words, if I had any triangle with two sides, the angle opposite to that side. So whether the sides are here, dan is teenoor hom sit daai hoekie en teenoor hom sit daai hoekie. Opposite to those sides are those angles. They would be the same. And normally we call them the same thing like x or a or whatever, but we know that they are equal because The angles opposite the equal sides are equal. Die hoeke teenoor gelyke sye is gelyk aan mekaar. So dis wat nou hier aangaan. This is your new information, and you make a little cloud there that you highlight in al wat jy kan so that you can remember this. This is a new rule. Just like some of the angles of a triangle is 180, and a revolution is 360, and a straight line is 180. What else did I say? Ja. Gaan jy maar weet. Oomblik as ek begin en ek sien twee sye is gelyk. The moment you start and you see an isosceles triangle, you must know this. That means that these two angles have to be equal. Wat beteken hierdie een gaan ook moet x wees. Not because they gave it to me, because I have the knowledge. Hierdie een sal net so groot soos daai een wees, want dis hoeke teenoor gelyke sye. So jy gaan vir my sê, juffrou, hoek C. Now listen carefully, look at the way that we write this. You cannot use a small c if it's got to be a big C. When we're talking about angles, it's capital letters. Jy mag nie maak soos jy wil klein letters, hoofletters, soos wat jy wil nie. Dis 'n hoofletter C, and you have to have a little copy on there vir 'n hoek. So daai hoekie C. Angle C is the same as angle B, which is equal to x. Wat jy nou hier vir my sê is C en B is dieselfde en dis al 2x. You telling me that angle C is the same as angle B, and your reason is angles opposite equal sides. Jou rede is hoeke teenoor gelyke sye is gelyk aan mekaar. That's worth marks. Al die goed wat jy hier skryf, dis nie berekeninge nie, dis kennis. I'm not testing you to calculate something, I'm testing whether you have the knowledge. So met ander woorde, as dit nou so is, kan ek nou aangaan met die som. Yes, can I find x? What do I now know? Daar's mos al die hoeke and all those angles? Yes, you're right. Add up to 180. Nou kan jy ons begin en sê, maar dan beteken dit 80 en x moet 180 wees. That plus that is 180. Why? Want die binnehoeke van 'n driehoek is 180 grade. Now, I'm saying something different than what I wrote just now, and that's okay. The previous time I said sum of the angles of a triangle is 180. I just wrote the interior angles of a triangle is 180. Ek het gesê som van die hoeke van 'n driehoek is 180 grade. En nou het ek begin skryf binnehoeke van 'n driehoek is 180 grade, want daar's 'n paar verskeidenheid maniere om te praat. Wat ek nou gesê het, sinonieme. I can use the same thing but write it in a different way. Some of the angles of a triangle is 180, but I need to know that you know they add up to 180. En dat ek hulle saam tel is 180. Do you see the easy marks that you're going to get here or lose? Dan sit ek weer met 'n vergelyking, equation, and I'm adding 1x and 1x is 2x. Kom ons hou maar eers die 80 hierdie kant. You could have already in that step said, van die 80 oor min 80, already taken it across to make it minus 80. Our steps will vary. You and your friend might do it differently, and your step will be first to take it across. They will do it later on, doesn't matter. So nou sit ek met 2x gelyk aan. Wat word van hy 80? Hy word minus 80 aan daai kant. How does that happen? Because I say minus 80 this side and it's gone. Minus 80 that side. So 2x is 100. Hoe raak ek ontslaaf van daai 2? It is timed with 2, so I divide by 2. So I'm going to get x equals 50. Ek het dit nie gewys nie. I didn't show the division by 2. You don't have to show the division by 2. But if you're still struggling, rather show yourself. Divide 2, divide 2. Wys jouself wat ek gedoen as jy iewers onseker raak daarvan. Wys jouself dat jy gesê minus 80, minus 80. Rather show too much than you don't know what's going on. Okay, laaste voorbeeld vir vandag. Same thing. Find x. But now there's just one x given. Maar kyk nou 'n bietjie mooi. Watter tipe driehoek is hier gegee? What type of a triangle is this? Al sy sye is gelyk aan mekaar. Only two sides were equal here, making it isosceles. Hierdie was gelykbenig. maar jy weet die hoeke teenoor die gelyke syde is gelyk. Maar nou as daar 3 syde gelyk is, wat hom 'n gelyksydige driehoek maak, ekskuus tog, gelyksydige driehoek maak, gelykbenige ene, isosceles, this is equilateral. But doesn't the same thing apply whether just 2 are equal or whether all of them are equal? Maar as almal van hulle dieselfde is, dan moet al die hoeke teenoor die syde mos gelyke hoeke wees. So, if I look at those two, then this must be x. En as ek byvoorbeeld nou na daai gaan kyk, en ek sê, maar goed, juffrou, hierdie een is daar, en daai een is ook x. Or whichever way you look at it, they're all opposite equal sides. So dis 'n waarheid, dat al die hoeke dan gaan gelyk is as al die syde gelyk is, en dis 'n feit van gelyksydige driehoeke. Nou moet jy dink, gelyksydige, gelykbenig. In 'n gelyksydige driehoek sal die hoeke altyd almal ewe groot wees. Wat beteken almal is x. And if they're all equal to each other in an equilateral triangle, because our angles opposite equal sides, and there's equal sides, so these are equal, and there's equal sides, so those are, oh, well, they're all equal, yes. In an equilateral triangle, all the angles will always be equal. And you could even just say, x is, hoekom 60? If you know that from today, you're allowed to do that, because you say, it's an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. But I would like you to keep to the basics. Want in 'n gelykbenige driehoek gaan dit altyd gebeur. But I would like you to keep to the basics to say angles opposite equal sides are equal. Hoeke teenoor gelyke syde is gelyk. Dis hoekom gaan jy vir my sê hoek x en hoek y en hoek z is almal klein x. Now careful, this is angle x, capital letter, hoek x, groot letter. Maar daai klein xie daar, moet jy nie met 'n groot x maak nie, jy gaan jouself confuse. Daar's 'n regte manier om 'n meetkunde te skryf en jy kan jouself confuse as jy nie van die begin af dit reg doen nie. So dis almal klein xie. So I'm saying here, I see that all the angles are equal to each other because angles opposite equal sides are equal to each other. Wat dan beteken? As ek hulle almal gaan uitwerk, hoekom kom ek by 60 uit? Why do I get to 60? Because the sum of the angles of a triangle adds up to 180. Daarom gaan jy sê x plus x plus x is 180. Now I do want to say, if you immediately tell me that it's 60, I'm happy with you. Because it's always going to be like that. Whether you have a huge triangle or a small triangle and all the sides are equal, all the angles will be equal. And they have to be 60, 60, 60 because they have to add up to 180. So hoe groot jou driehoek ook al is, maak nie saak nie. Maar as die syde almal ewe groot is, is die hoeke ewe groot. En die hoeke moet dan 60, 60, 60 wees, want dit moet optel na 180 toe. So in 'n gelyksydige driehoek sal die hoeke altyd 60 grade wees. En as jy wil gesê het hy 60 want dit is gelyksydige driehoek, is jy ook nie verkeerd nie. If you wanted to say it's 60 because it's a equilateral triangle, you are not wrong. So let's follow all this lots of information that I gave you now. En raak net 'n bietjie rustig. Geometry takes a lot of practice to get into the way of thinking and the way of writing. Because some children are going to tell me in an exam, oh yes, x is 60. Just writing that and you'll get 1 out of 5 or 6. As jy reg aan die begin af gesê hy 60 en die vraag tel 5. Dan moet jy mos nou weet, maar jy moet baie meer goeie sê as net 60. You have to give me a lot more than just saying it's 60. And the reasoning was, tell me that you know that all the angles are equal because angles are opposite equal sides. Wat 2 punte werd is. Tell me that they add up to 180. En dan kan jy vir my sê dis elkeen x 60 grade. I'm still short actually a few steps here. I should have said 3x is 180. But if you could do that on your own and say x plus x is 60 and x is 180 and x is 60, and you didn't write that, I'm trying to show you that there can be variations in the writing, but you got to give me the facts. That angles opposite equal sides are equal and that they add up to 180 was very important to marks. Then to show me or not show me how you got to the 60 wasn't that important in this particular sum. But I know you as a grade 8 child get confused easily, so that's why 1x and 1x and 1x is 3x. En dan I'm going to divide by 3 en deel deur 3 en ek kry 60. So kom ons kyk eerder te veel as te min. Because I know when you get clued up and you get exercised in this, you're going to want to get some, leave out some steps, but rather write too much than too little. Ek gaan nou vir jou 2 sommetjies op die bord skryf wat jy vir huiswerk moet doen. Okay, hier's jou huiswerk sommetjies. These are your 2 homework sums, and let me call it something. P, Q, R, altyd hoofletters, always capital letters. Triangle ABC, you've got to find the x. Do you see the isosceles triangle? En dan hierso ook 'n gelyk benige driehoekie. Isosceles, I didn't give you equilateral one, want as ek vir jou gelyksydig gee, gaan die hoeke altyd 60 wees. If I give you equilateral, the angles will always be 60. Alright, onthou dit. So dis jou huiswerk sommetjies.